Please? Okay, you said please.
Welcome to ABC Yoga. Amy, Bill, and an occasional cat. They're well fed, so they are running around like crazy cats. And there we have Frito. So this morning we're going to start in child's pose, please. I will mute all. So child's pose. Wide stance of the knees, big toes touching. Weight the hips towards the heels and extend the arms out in front of you. Forehead to the floor. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open up the mouth and just let it go. Ah. 2 more like that. We breathe in. Feel the back body lift. Pause. Mouth opens. Exhale. 2 more. We breathe in. Nice audible exhalation. We'll sip in 1 more breath. Mouth opens, let it go. So let's pause here for a few breaths. Allow the bones to feel heavy. Feeling the support of the ground beneath you. Gently rock the forehead side to side. And on the next inhalation, we'll come onto our hands and knees. So spreading those fingers wide, let's begin by finding some wrist circles here. So just shifting the weight forward and around and back, warming up those wrists. And we'll change direction. Nice, and coming back to our cat-cow here. Let's exhale the air completely, chin towards our chest. Root through the shins, lift that back body up. And on an inhale, we shine our heart forward, open up those collarbones, eyes towards the sky. Exhale, chin in, lift that back body. Finding that breath, inhale, eyes high. So moving with your own breath count. Couple more here, root through those shins, find that groundedness. We exhale. Let's take 2 more. Breathe in. Maybe lengthening that inhale, exhale. We round. We'll take 1 more beautiful breath in. Eyes high. Exhale completely. We'll find that neutral gaze straight in front of you and just gaze over that left shoulder. Back through home base. We'll gaze over that opposite shoulder. Come back to neutral. We'll take that left hand in the center of the mat. On an inhale, extend that right hand, spread the fingers wide. Now we'll thread that needle. We'll take that right ear to the floor. Find the rootedness of those shins. Walk the left hand towards the top of the mat. Find that breath. Stay here or maybe extend that left leg. Finding a gaze under that left shoulder. 1 more breath in. On an exhale, we'll come back to neutral, extend that right hand high, and we'll take it back on the mat. Inhale, the opposite left hand reaches, spread the fingers wide, we'll thread the needle. Take the left ear to the floor, maybe walking that right hand to the top of the mat. Find that breath. Maybe extend that right leg out to the side. 2 more breaths. We'll take another inhalation. Complete that exhalation. Come back to center, unwind, extend that left hand high. Nice, we'll take it back to the floor. Let's tuck those toes under, lift those sits bones. Walk the toes towards one another. And we'll walk our hands back towards our toes. We'll take a deep bend in those knees. Spreading those toes wide, reach behind your legs for your heels. Draw those elbows behind your knees, and you can keep those knees as bent as you need to, but with the forehead reaching towards the floor. Feel that compression of your chest against the thighs. Maybe take a little more weight into the balls of the feet. Begin to warm up those hamstrings. Relax the face. Swallow. Another breath here. Complete that exhalation. Take your hands in front of you. We're going to walk 4 hand lengths in front to that high plank. Nice. Then walk your hands back to the back of the mat. We'll walk forward. Use that core, shoulders over the wrist creases. Good morning, Hannah. And walk our hands back. Let's do 2 more like that. Walk forward. Find that high plank. Nice. Hands back towards your toes. 1 more like that. Walking forward. Navel is engaged. Hands walk back towards your toes. And now we'll walk forward and hold that high plank. Option to split those feet hips distance apart. Navel in and up towards your spine. We lift that back body. Finding that breath. And we'll alternate tapping your fingers on the opposite shoulder. So keep that body still, alternating. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. So we'll pedal out those feet, really engaging those heels to the floor, warming up the calves. We shake out that head. And on an inhale, we'll find our way back to high plank. Then we'll find our way to downward dog. Take that left hand towards the right ankle. So we inhale to high plank. Back to downward dog. Right hand towards the left ankle or calf. So a couple more times. Engage that core. Find that opposite ankle. We'll take 3 more. Navel is engaged. We find that opposite ankle with our hands. Last 2. Downward dog. Left hand towards right ankle. Last one here. High plank. Downward dog. Right hand, left ankle to our high plank. Nice and warm here. Option to take those knees to the earth. Untuck the toes. Bend those elbows. Come all the way down into our Sphinx pose. So those elbows are underneath our shoulders. Our fingers are spread wide. Feel those toenails, and we'll just gaze over that right shoulder. Steady breathing. Roll your chin across to the other side. Gaze over that opposite shoulder. 1 more each side. Chin rolls down to that right shoulder. Can you find your right heel? Last time. Find that nice chin roll. Gaze over that left shoulder. Come back to neutral. We'll bring our forehead to the floor. So take your hands in line with your chest. On an inhale, we'll find our baby cobra. Elbows hug in. Forehead to the floor. Now take your hands outside the mat. You're on your finger pads, and you find that baby cobra again, maybe a little more lift. Forehead to the floor. Hands in line with your chest. Tuck those toes under. Press through high plank. Beautiful. Downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Our right leg lifts. We bend that right knee. We stack the hips. Hands are rooted. Our chest is parallel to the floor. Let's lift that right knee a little higher. Extending that right leg. Close off those inner thighs so that right leg comes a little lower towards the ground. Point through the toes. On an inhale, round the spine, knee to the nose. Exhale, extend. 3 more like that. We breathe in, round, activating that core. Exhale, we extend. Last 2, we breathe in. We exhale and lengthen. Last one, knee to our nose. Look between your hands. Step the leg forward and we'll find our easy twist. So that right hand lifts. Spread the fingers wide. Make sure that right knee is tracking over the right ankle. Reach through that left heel, engage that left thigh. One more breath here. On an exhale, right hand to the floor, step the right leg back, high plank to low, baby cobra, maybe upward dog. Beautiful, downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Our left leg lifts. We bend the knee, we stack those hips. Spread the fingers wide. See if that left shoulder is lifted. Moving the chest parallel to the floor will lift that left knee a little higher. Then extend through the left toes. Find the inner thighs rooting towards one another. That left leg comes down a little bit. Then we draw the knee to the nose. Exhale, extend through those toes. 3 more, breathe in, round, maybe connect with the knee. Exhale, extend. Last 2, moving with that breath, we round and lengthen. Last one here, knee to our nose. Look between your hands, step that left leg forward into our easy twist. So the left hand reaches up towards the sky. Make sure that left knee is tracking over the left ankle. Engage the right thigh. One more breath here. That left hand to the floor, left leg back. Your vinyasa, high to low, cobra or upward dog. Nice work. Downward dog. Soft eye gaze at the back of the mat. Finding that breath. Soften those knees. Spread the toes wide. Connecting with that breath. Please take one more inhale. We let that go. Look forward, bend those knees. Walk, hop, maybe jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And just unwind that spine. Full breath in, root the feet, extend the lines of energy out through the fingertips. Let's take a slight back bend as we swan dive forward. Ride that breath down, crown of the head towards the floor. We find that halfway lift. Step or jump those feet back. High to low plank, cobra or upward dog, downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. That right leg lifts. We step it forward again into that easy twist. Right hand up towards the sky. Root through that right foot. On an inhale, we find that way into our twisted high lunge. So scissor action with the hips. Soften the shoulders down the back body. So we're going to take both hands now just up towards the sky. So we're in that high lunge into warrior 2. So settle into those hips. Everyone take a look at that right knee, track it over the right ankle. Hug the muscles to the bones. Can you sit a little deeper? Find the outer edge of that back foot. One more breath here. On an exhale, hands to the mat, right leg back. Maybe try a 3-legged vinyasa, high to low. Cobra or upward dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Left leg lifts. Step it forward into that easy twist. Left hand up towards the sky. So here's scissor action in those hips. That left foot is rooted. We inhale into that twisted lunge. Spread the fingers wide and just scoop that left hand under so we're in our high lunge. Blossoming open into warrior 2. So left knee over left ankle. Shoulders are relaxed. Squeeze those muscles to the bones. Let's sit a little deeper here. Soft eye gaze over the left middle fingers. One more breath here. Hands to the floor. Your vinyasa. Skip the vinyasa, maybe a three-legged vinyasa, high to low, cobra or up dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Soft eye gaze. Steady breathing. Shake out that head. Hollowing out those armpits. Imagine those armpits and the shoulders are wrapping around, hugging those muscles in towards the body. We take another breath here. Please let that go. Bend the knees, hop, step, maybe fly to the top. We find that halfway lift. Uttanasana, and just unwind the spine. Root those feet, really rooting them, pressing them into the mat. Full breath in. We take a slight back bend as we swan dive forward. Take your time. Crown of the head towards the toes. Halfway lift. With control, we step or jump those feet back. High to low. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Our right leg lifts again. We find that easy twist. Right foot roots. We've come into that twisted high lunge. And scoop that right hand under into our high lunge here. So make sure those feet are offset. We find a breath in here. On an exhale, hover that left knee above the earth. Look straight ahead. Inhale, let's lengthen. Exhale, soften, fingers towards the floor. 3 more. We expand and we soften. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one here. We inhale. Let's hover that left knee above the mat. And we'll find our way back into that high lunge. So from here, we'll straighten that right leg and taking those hands towards the floor or towards the brick, shorten that stance till you find your pyramid posture. So that right hip may blossom out. You want to tuck it under and just lengthen your chin over that right shin. Finding the scissor action in the hips. Slow down that breath. 2 more breaths here. Last full inhale. On an exhale, slight bend in that right knee. Just step that leg back into your vinyasa. Nice. High to low. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Left leg lifts. Step it forward into that easy twist. Left hand up towards the sky. Root through that left foot. We inhale. Come all the way up in that twisted high lunge. That left hand scoops under into that high lunge. So we breathe in here. On an exhale, hover that right knee towards the earth. Maybe it touches. Inhale, we expand. We soften on the exhale. We're breathing. We're exhaling. Beautiful. 2 more. In breath. Nice long exhalation. Last one here. We expand. We soften. And then straighten through that left leg. Now the hands come outside that front foot. Shorten that stance. So you're maybe 3 feet. The feet are 3 feet away from one another. And tuck that left hip under. You can soften that left knee. Chin towards that shin. Activate that right heel towards the earth. 2 more breaths. We take a final full inhale. Let that go. Slight bend in the left knee. Your vinyasa. The left leg steps back. High to low. Cobra or upward dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Soft eye gaze. Back to our stillness. Feeling the breath in the body. Shake out that head, let it be loose. One more breath in. We let that go. Look forward, bend the knees, step, hop, maybe fly to the top, halfway lift. Uttanasana, into our chair pose. Lines of energy out through the fingertips. We lift those hands higher, spread the fingers wide, squeeze those knees together, tail tucks under. Let's lift those arms a little higher. Beautiful. Hands through heart center as we fold. You find that halfway lift. Step or jump those feet back. Your vinyasa. Again, extra push-ups, maybe three-legged. If you're low in energy, just meet in downward dog. That right leg lifts again. We find our easy twist. Come all the way up. From here, find your way into warrior two. So we circle those arms around, settle into those hips. We'll straighten through that straighten through that right knee, straighten that leg into our triangle. So fingers on the shin or a brick. Take that left hand up towards the sky. Let's close our eyes for a few breaths here. Notice what's connected to the ground. Find that breath. You can flutter those eyelids open. On the next inhale, we'll find our way back into warrior two. Nice, and we'll reverse our warrior. Right hand high. Let's snake that left hand behind. Maybe find that inner right hip crease. Drop those hips. Those right ribs are fanning as we lift that right hand up and over. Two more breaths. Or just one more inhale here. On an exhale, back into warrior two, to your vinyasa. Hands to the floor, right leg back, high to low, cobra or upward dog, downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Our left leg lifts. Step it forward into our easy twist. And from here, we'll rotate the arms around into our warrior two. So soft eye gaze over the left middle finger. Drop those hips. Now we lengthen through that left leg, bump the hips back, triangle. So expand, find that extension, let the hand be loose. Right hand up towards the sky. Maybe close your eyes here. Find that breath. Two more breaths here. Just watching the body compensate when we take our eyes out of the equation. Flutter those eyelids open. On an inhale, back into our warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior, left hand high. Option to snake that right hand. Find that inner left hip crease. Keep that left knee tracking forward. Fan those ribs on the left side of the body. Left hand up and over. Your vinyasa. Nice work. Hands to the mat. Left leg back. High to low. Cobra or upward dog. Nice downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. We inhale to high plank. Take the right knee to the floor. Kickstand it out towards the side. So the left foot is rooted. The right hand's directly underneath our right shoulder. Left hand up towards the sky. So feel this gorgeous stretch. Outer edge of the left foot is connected to the mat. Now we'll take that left hand over the left ear. So lift those hips, stay right here, just snake that right leg underneath. So we're in our Vashisthasana. Find that breath. Two more breaths here. Can you lift those hips a little higher? Vinyasa. Hands to the floor, high to low, cobra or upward dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. We inhale to high plank again. Just drop that left knee to the earth. We find that kickstand. Outer edge of the right foot to the floor. The left hand's exactly where it should be, underneath the left shoulder, right hand up towards the sky. So allowing the body to warm up here, stay right here. We're finding full Vashisthasana. So the left leg just snakes, the left foot snakes underneath the right. Maybe you offset the feet. Can you lift those hips a little higher? Maybe take that right hand over the right ear. Find that breath for 3, 2, on 1, your vinyasa. High to low, cobra or upward dog, downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Steady breathing here. Slow down that breath. So this is considered a resting posture. Always you have that option to find child's pose. Listen to your body. Take another full inhale. Please let that go. Look forward, bend the knees, step, maybe fly to the top. Halfway lift into our forward fold, back into our chair position. Extend those arms, squeeze those knees, tuck the tail under. Let's lift those arms a little higher. Nice. Hands to your heart center as we fold. Take your time, crown of the head towards the floor. Halfway lift, vinyasa, high to low. Cobra or upward dog, downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. One more time, we'll inhale to high plank. Take that right knee to the floor. Find that kickstand into that modified Vashisthasana. So from here, that right shin root, let's elevate that left leg. Point the toes. Take that left hand over the left ear. So we'll squeeze the elbow and knee towards one another. Exhale. Breathe in and extend. 2 more. Squeeze, lengthen. Last one, elbow towards knee. We extend. Now just drop that left foot to the floor. Again, option here to stay here or find that full Vashisthasana. So from here, option to elevate that top leg, stay here, or we squeeze elbow into knee and lengthen. We're breathing and extending. We have 2 more. Maybe put a smile to those lips. We're getting so strong. We squeeze, extend, vinyasa, high to low. Cobra or upward dog, downward dog. Soft eye gaze. Shake out that head. Last side, we inhale to high plank. Left knee to the floor, find the kickstand. Right outer edge to the foot to the floor. Right hand up towards the sky. So if you're low on energy, just stay here. We'll start by elevating that right foot. Flex through the toes. Maybe take that right arm over the right ear. Bill's getting a little excited here. Yes, we'll bring the elbow in towards our knee and we lengthen. Move with the breath. We squeeze and extend. 2 more here. Breathing and extending. Last one here, elbow to knee. And we lengthen. Lower that right foot to the floor. Stay here or full Vashisthasana. So that left foot comes underneath the right. Find that balance. Option to hover that right foot, maybe a foot off that bottom leg, or draw that elbow in towards the knee and extend. If you fall out, just come back in. We lengthen. We have 2 more. Squeezing and extending. Elbow in towards knee. We lengthen. Vinyasa. High to low. Cobra or upward dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Child's pose. We worked hard the first half of class, so settle back, forehead to the floor. Find that breath. Slow everything down. Lick those lips. You can keep those hands in front of you, or maybe find the hands behind you, reaching for the inner arches of your feet. Hands wrap around those heels. Melt your hip. Melt your heart. You can melt those hips too, towards those heels. Option to stay right here. For some of you, maybe bringing your chin in front. Melt the heart a little closer to the mat. 2 more breaths here. We'll take a final full inhale. Let that go. We'll find our way onto our hands and knees. Toes tucked under. Lift those sits bones. Let's walk our hands back towards our toes. Deep bend in the knees. Unwind the spine. Extend the lines of energy out through the fingertips. Hands to our heart center, Samastitihi. Pause and breathe here. Slow down the breath. Two more breaths here. Noticing where you're breathing in the body. Can you breathe all the way up to your shoulders? Exhale the air out all the way from the belly. We'll flutter those eyelids open. Release the hands. Let's just twist our spine. Got a little snow on the porch here. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. We'll split those feet the length of our legs. Deep bend in that left knee into Skandasana. So start by just taking your hands to the floor, and over the next few breaths, maybe deepen that left knee and come onto that right heel. So stay supported. Use a brick if you need. Allow the body to slowly warm up the inner groins. Let's go to the other side. So just walk your hands to the opposite side of the mat. Right knee tracks over the ankle. Maybe stay here for a breath or two. And then we'll find that heel's edge. We sit low. Lift the heart. Nice. Let's go to each side one more time. Settling in. Play that edge. Listen to your body. Find the other side here. Right knee over right ankle. Hips are heavy, heart is lifted. Finding your way, straighten both legs. Toes turn in slightly. Crown of the head towards the floor. Shoulders draw away from your ears.
Right.
Move on that halfway lift. And just heel toe those feet together. And we'll sit into our chair. Extend those lines of energy out through the fingertips. So eagle, right arm under, right thigh up and over. Find that wrap. We sit tall. Lift those elbows. Just squeezing those thighs together. Bend the left knee slightly. Breathe into the shoulder blades. Option to stay here or just unwrap the leg. Try not to kick you. Oops. Breathing. Square off those hips. And then ride that breath up. We'll wrap that right thigh up and over. One full breath in. One full breath out. And just allow that right foot to come to the earth. So we're in a supported eagle, and we bring the elbows in towards your chest, round that back body. So you have 2 feet keeping you stable on the ground. Our sleeping eagle here. One more breath in. On an exhale, just unwind the arms and the legs. Big breath in. Hands to heart center, samastitihi. And we'll start with our chair position, other side. Full breath in, snaking that left elbow underneath the right. Left thigh up and over. So making it your own. Looking good, Stacy. So elbows lift a little higher. Breathe into that shoulder space. Stay here or unwrap that top leg. Heart is lifted. Nice, Jason. Stay with it. Concentrate, focusing on one spot, straight ahead. And from here, we'll take that wrap back up and over. And just take the left toes to the floor for our sleeping eagle. So the elbows are invited towards the chest. You round that back body. So breathing into that tightness, that middle and upper back, shoulders draw away from your ears. You're supported here with that left foot on the floor. Maybe bend that right knee a little further. Let's unwrap everything. Nice. Big breath in. Samastitihi, hands at your heart center. We'll release our hands alongside our thighs, and let's just roll those shoulders out a little bit. Change direction. And we'll take one more balancing posture this morning. So inviting that right knee up towards the sky, interlace the fingers, left hand on your hip. We'll just open that right knee towards the side. Gaze over that opposite shoulder. Keep taking that right knee towards the side. Find that balance. Then we'll draw that right knee in front. Extend those arms. Unhinge that right knee. Let's pulse. 5. We don't lean back here. 4, 3, 2. Let's take this right foot in the inner left thigh into our tree. So looking straight ahead, nice. Hands can come to your heart. Maybe extend those arms up towards the sky. Focus on one spot straight ahead. Lower the right hand towards the right knee. Fan those left ribs. Our right hand lifts. Take the opposite arm down. Can you lean over? Play that edge. We'll extend. And hands to our heart, samastitihi. Pause and breathe. Unhinge that jaw, we'll go to the other side. So we start with the left knee bent. You always have that option to extend the leg, right hand on the hip, and just open up the knee. Find that balance. That right foot is doing a lot of work. If you fall out, we just come right back in. Gaze over that right shoulder. So notice if those right toes are gripping, can you let them relax? Imagine underneath the toes, roots are supporting you. We'll come back to center. Draw that left knee in front. We unhinge that knee, extend the arms, flex the left foot, find that scissor action in the hips, and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, into our tree. So left foot into inner right thigh. We avoid the knee, maybe find the ankle. And just find that balance. Look at one spot straight ahead. And from the ground up, again, are those right toes scrunched? Can you relax them? Lift through the kneecap. Feel that left foot in the inner right thigh. Press the thigh against the foot. A beautiful tall spine. Maybe lift your chin. We'll bring our prayer to our heart. Lower that foot to the floor. Let's shake everything out. And we'll meet at the top of our mat. A full breath in. Forward fold. You find that halfway lift. Step or jump those feet back. High to low. Cobra or upward dog. Downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Let's take our knees to the floor. Cross our ankles. Roll onto our back body. So start by hugging those knees into our chest. Head and shoulders to the floor. We'll find a happy baby here. So finding the outer edges of your feet. Allow those knees to come a little closer to the mat. Flex the feet. And gently rock side to side. So massaging that lower back. We'll hug those knees together. Take those feet flat on the floor. So 3 bridges today. So warming up that spine a little more. We'll synchronize our breath and our arm movement with the lifting of our hips into our full bridge. So on an inhale, we lift, expand, unroll the spine. On the exhale, take your time. Let's enjoy that ride down. Breathe in. All 4 corners of the feet are rooted. Exhale the air out through the nose. 3 more. Sip in the breath, expand, lift those hip points a little higher. Exhale. We have 2 more. Inhale. Massage that spine on the exhale. Maybe tuck that tail. Last one here, our rolling bridge. Ride the breath down. Allow those knees to kiss. Walk your feet out a little bit. We take our hands on our belly. Quick body scan. Maybe rock the head out. As we blossom those knees open, walk those feet in. Make sure the feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. And we'll take our second bridge. So our palms are up towards the sky. Root through the feet. Lift those hip points. And walk those shoulders underneath if that's available. Interlacing the hands. You can reach for the heels for some of you. But finding that beautiful bridge, just looking down the center of your body. Firing up those hamstrings, your glutes. 2 more breaths here. We take a final full inhale. Unwind the spine slowly. Take your time. Those knees kiss. You can walk those feet out. We'll take both hands on our heart center. Breathe here. Flutter those eyelids open. Last bridge. So the knees come apart. Walk the sides of the feet parallel. You can stick with either side of those versions or coming into full wheel. I'll go into full wheel this morning. So taking the arms up overhead, elbows bend, hands underneath the shoulders, rooting feet and hands into the mat. We come onto the crown of our head. You can stay here or lift the front body, walk those feet in, melt the heart forward, finding your expression of the posture. So we'll stay here for 3 more breaths. Last 2. On 1, chin in, unwind the spine. Into our Supta Baddha Konasana, the soles of our feet together. We take a hand on our heart, a hand on our belly. Pause and breathe. Lick your lips. Maybe clean your teeth with your tongue. Gently rock your head side to side. We'll take our hands outside our knees. Keep those feet hips distance apart, and we'll take the right knee to the inner left arch of the foot. You can cactus those hands out to the side, and then we'll just change direction. Left knee towards the inner right arch of the foot, and just windshield wiper those feet side to side. Taking both knees up towards the sky, bend those knees in, and let's rock and roll. So 3 or 4 rocks into our Navasana. So sits bones root. We'll take the first one supporting underneath those knees. Squeeze those knees together, activate the core. Our shins are parallel. Extending those arms. And let's just alternate touching our toes to the floor here. Nice tall spine. Open up those collarbones. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, we'll cross our ankles, hands by our hips. We blast off. Second round. Stay supported, alternate those knees, or expand through the toes. So those knees are squeezing in, the belly's activated. Send the breath all the way down to the belly. 2 more breaths. Last full inhale, a little shaking here. We'll cross our ankles, hands by your hips. You can use those feet, lift the sits bones. And the last version, we'll take those knees in towards the center. Fingers are facing towards our hips. We squeeze in and we lengthen. Breathe in, look straight ahead. 8, 7, you can release the hands if that's working for you this morning. 6, last 5, 4, squeeze those knees in. 3, he's ignoring me too.
I'm doing the best I can.
And 1, feet to the floor, just extend those legs. We'll shake it out. As we remove that extra flesh, support the hands by your hips in our staff position. Open up the collarbones. Slow down that breath. Worked hard this morning. So let's take that right foot in the inner left thigh. Finding that tree position on the floor, sits bones root, extend the arms up overhead. We take a slight twist to the left to that left leg, as imagine that belly button coming towards the top of the thigh. Lengthen, find the calf, the ankle, the toes, and just melt here. So like we do in the standing tree position, connect that right foot against the inner left thigh. Find that traction. Send the breath to the back body, feeling that the gentle stretches on the outside of the left hip, the lower back. Shoulders draw away from your ears. Face is soft. And we'll inhale, lift the heart. So staying on this side, we'll take the right heel towards that left hip point. The right knee, just allow gravity to draw that right knee a little closer to the floor. Sits bones root, stay here. Maybe slight bend in that left knee. Arms extend again as we melt forward. Those internal organs are massaged with this deep forward fold. Feeling the expansion of the back body with each inhalation. Take one more breath here. Let that go. Inhale, lift the heart. Now we'll take that right foot outside the left knee. You can keep that left leg straight or inviting that left knee to bend. Find both sits bones. Opposite hand, left hand up. We take the elbow outside the knee as we twist over the right shoulder. So breathe in, we lift. We twist on the exhalation. Inhale, we twist. One more breath in. We twist. Come back to center, and we'll just take a double pigeon. So that right knee can come over the left thigh. Find those sits bones. Always an option to come onto your back body in a figure 4. So options here in this double pigeon, maybe taking the finger pads to the floor, coming onto your forearms. 2 more breaths here. A final full inhale. We let that go, lift the heart, and we'll just unwrap those legs, extend those legs out in front of you, shake them out, and we'll come to the other side. So starting with the left version of tree on the floor, left foot in the inner right thigh, find those sits bones, maybe take your hands on your hips, encouraging them to move, to focus a little more over that right leg. So arms extend, we lengthen, engage that navel, in and up towards your spine as you melt forward. Rhythmic breathing. Just feeling those the back ribs, side ribs expand. One more breath here. We let that go. Lift your heart. Good morning, Ringo. We'll take that left heel now into that right hip point. Allow that knee to soften, root through the sits bones. You can stay right here, support those hands, or add a challenge, invite the arms up, navel in and up towards the spine as you lengthen. You can support those hands or find the forearms. So always options depending how your body is opening, the tightness, maybe you're dealing with an injury. Creating more pathways, opening those pathways, letting go of the habitual ways we go in and out of postures, creating new pathways. We take one more breath here. Let that go. Inhale, lift the heart. Now taking that left foot outside the right knee. You can keep that right leg straight or bend the knee. Find those sits bones. Right arm lifts and take the elbow outside the knee as we twist. So inhale and twist. Being mindful in our practice, we lift and we twist.
I thought we were going to do the figure 4.
One more inhale. We twist. We come back to center. We're set up for double pigeon. So left knee over right. Stay supported here. Figure 4, you can just take that left ankle on the right knee. Just appreciating this body that we have. Being thankful for what it can do. Showing up. Coming to your practice. It's all good. We'll take one more breath here. Complete that exhalation. Unwrap those legs. We'll extend those legs out in front of you for our Paschimottanasana. So remove that extra flesh, soften those knees, extend, and deep forward fold. Crown of the head towards the feet. When these forward folds, I find the correlation with my jaw, it constricts. So maybe that's happening for you. Soften the jaw, the root of the tongue. Allow the eyes to relax. 2 more breaths. Our final full inhale here. Let that go. As we unroll the spine, extend those arms out in front of you. Slowly take the back body to the mat. We have one more posture before Shavasana. We'll bend those knees into our chest. Cactus those hands. We'll drop the knees to the right. Maybe take your gaze over that opposite shoulder. Relax the body here. As we draw those knees back to center, squeeze those knees towards one another, and we'll roll them in the opposite direction. Take the gaze over the opposite shoulder. And we'll draw those knees back to center. Just extend those legs out in front of you. Arms alongside the body, palms up towards the sky. Full breath in. Let it go. And find your Shavasana. Add some movement to your fingers and toes. Extend the arms up overhead. And on an exhale, squeeze those knees into your chest. And slowly find your way to a comfortable seated position. Your eyes soft or closed. Inviting the hands to your heart center and bowing your forehead to the tips of your fingers. Thanking yourself for showing up this morning. And we'll seal class with a beautiful Om. Sip in that inhale. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for the music. The cats have never seen snow. It's the first snow for them. So they're very curious as to what's going on. So they're all here. Everyone is good. Here's our big boy. Lots of love here. But thank you all for showing up.
We have another LA